Welcome back again. This is the Introduction to the Java Programming Language, a presentation of coding boot camps. We're continuing on with session 7. In this video, we are going to discuss the composition of classes. Previously, we discussed overloading constructors, we discussed encapsulation, we have gone over building our application using if statements and other conditionals. We've looked at loops, we looked at data structures, so we are quickly moving on. And again, here we're going to talk about the composition of classes, which a large part is done by inheritance in Java. So composition is a design technique to implement a relationship between classes. It's nothing new. It's part of Java, it's part of object orientation. We can use Java inheritance or object composition for code reuse. So it's very, very similar in strategy to inheritance and object reuse in C++ or .NET. Composition in Java is achieved by using instance variables that refer to other objects. So you might see something like person has a job. Let's take a look here. So we have this employee class, and we can see here there is encapsulation. Obviously, we see private string, 2 private strings, and a private integer. We see a constructor here, and then we see various methods. With this class, we're modeling what we need for employee. So we're modeling the employee entity here. And we're adding these properties and these methods. This is what we need for our application as far as modeling employee. Now let's take a look here and when we actually use employee in a related class. So we're saying here that the class salary extends employee. So we have that extends keyword right there. And with this class, we have our class level salary. Again, we can see the encapsulation. If we look here, we can see get name and salary. So we're actually using the methods and properties from employee in salary. So that way we don't have to rewrite all of those methods and properties and essentially do it again within salary. And since they're related, we're able to enforce that relationship. It gives us a much more robust portfolio of reusable classes. And since employee has already been written, already been tested, it can help us write applications faster because since we're simply extending salary with employee, we don't have to rewrite a lot of what employee does. And so it helps us with quality and it helps us with time to market. So we are going to take a look at composition in our lab. So stay tuned for that and stay tuned for the next video. So let's take a look at the example of class composition using inheritance. So if we look down here, we can see that we have 2 related classes. One is called vehicle, one is called driver. So purposely driver in this case is very, very simple. We have one method called get name, and we are passing in the name of the driver in the constructor. So back in vehicle, we see that vehicle extends driver, so vehicle is inheriting from driver. So vehicle has, or implicitly has, all of the functionality, the methods, and properties of driver. So if one thing, where the class that we're inheriting from is called a superclass. So as you can see here, as part of vehicle's constructor, we need to pass in some initialization for the inherited class or the class that we're inheriting from, or the superclass. So you could see here we are passing in the superclass here because we have to pass that back. If we click over here to driver, as you can see, we have to pass in a name. And then if we go down to the main method where we're actually doing the instantiation, We're remember the get name from driver. If we look here, get name returns the name. It returns this name right here, so it returns a string. So we declare a string and we call get name on vehicles, both vehicle 1, 2, and 3 objects. And if we look through the vehicle class, there is no get name method at all. It is coming from driver, from the class from which we are inheriting. So we could see here we call get name, and in the output here we're just saying the test driver name, because the way this is set up, it's set up very simple. We're just passing in one name, so the same name will come back. But we're just getting a sample here of the output. So if we go and run this, if we click on the class file, which in this case is going to be vehicle, run as Java application, and we'll see here that we have the output, but we're also seeing here the Mike Skywalker that we are passing in from our initialization, which is in the constructor right here. So we'll get a chance to go through this, and you do have the source code, so please take a look at it.